The answer is D, sings. And that's final.
And that's right, Big Mouth Billy Bat sings. Thank you very much, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Friday night at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, last night, nobody won that $1 million prize, so our top prize is now up to $1,760,000. And tonight we're going to see if Marcus Schick from Cumming, Georgia, is going to go all the way. You certainly have upped the ante since another contestant from Georgia, Bob House, won the million. But I hope this bigger jackpot doesn't scare you in any way, does it, Marcus?
No.
Gives you more incentive, right?
Absolutely.
Marcus is an engineer from Cumming, just outside of Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
And accompanied by your wife, Nancy. Good to see you again, Nancy. Very pretty, Marcus. Very pretty lady.
Did pretty well there.
So Marcus got a little girl at home who loves the show and plays along with us, and told her teacher at school that her daddy was going to be on the show.
Yeah, and we felt so bad because the adults at school, you know, she's 5 years old and she's just in a fantasy world. They wouldn't believe her, so came home and told us, Mom, Dad, you know, I told them that you were going to be on, and they were just like, yeah, sure. Yeah. So she was a little disillusioned, I guess.
But anyway, now they believe, right?
Oh,
Here
yeah.
you are, Marcus, and you've won $4,000. Good for you. All right, if you want to play along with Marcus, go to theabc.com right now and click onto our enhanced TV game. Marcus has won $4,000, just 8 questions away from the $1 million level. Once you reach the $32,000 level, Marcus, you're guaranteed to leave you with at least that much money. You have all 3 of your lifelines left, 50-50. Ask the audience, and you can phone a friend. And again, if you go all the way, Marcus, you will win $1,760,000 tonight. Ready to go?
Yes.
Audience, are you ready? Yeah, we're all ready here. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Eight away from the big prize. He's going for $8,000. Here it is. In Patricia Cornwell's crime novels, what is Kay Scarpetta's profession? Private detective, policewoman, medical examiner, public defender.
Regis, I think I'm going to have to use a lifeline on this.
Sure.
And I'd like to ask the audience.
Why don't we do that? Audience, you need some help here. If you're ready, on your keypads, using A, B, C, or D, vote now. Still nearly 50% say she's a medical examiner. Private detective came in second.
Well, based on the history of what I know of the audience, you'd like it higher than that. That's a pretty good percentage. Then I'm not going to be able to determine anything further. I'm not familiar with her book, so I can sit here and think about it, and I'm not going to get any further. So, I think I'll go with C.
All right, we're going to turn it over to the audience. You better be right, huh? Final answer?
That's my final answer.
They were right, Marcus. You won $8,000. Okay, now he's 7 away, going for $16,000. Take a look. Which of these brand names is normally printed in cursive letters on its product packaging? Kleenex, Nike, Sony, Duracell.
I'd like to use 50-50.
Why don't we narrow it down, computer? Take away 2 of those wrong answers, please. Kleenex, Duracell.
just have a mental image of Duracell being in standard type. I don't think of it as a Kleenex being a product for the home, and it seems like it would be more likely to be in cursive, which is less technical. Duracell being batteries, I would think it would be more of a on a block lettering, or however you want to call that, standard type. And
so you would be inclined to favor?
I don't think if I were to use a phone a friend, unless they happen to have these things sitting beside them, which they wouldn't, I don't know if they're going to necessarily be any more observant than I am about that. I'd rather hold that for something in the future. Regis, I think I'll go with A, Kleenex.
Kleenex, cursive letters on its product packaging. All right. Want to make it your final answer?
Yes.
It's worth $16,000. And you just won it. Kleenex, the right answer. We'll be back. He goes for $32,000 when we return.
Every week. If you're living with joint or muscle pain caused by inflammation, try Omega XL and see the in your life.
Order now to get this special offer. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3 for only $39.95. Act now.
Marcus Schick, Denver, Georgia. Won $16,000. It's a struggle to get through the last two. What are you going to do with this money, Marcus? Got anything you want to get done with it?
We'll probably get a new car if it's enough, and I enjoy documentaries, so I might get a satellite or something so I can pick up all these documentary channels.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's the best thing on.
Yeah, it is.
All right, good enough. Well, here's where you are. You're 6 questions away from winning that $1,760,000. We're going for $32,000 right now, which is a very important level as well. 1 lifeline left, so let's get back to it. Let's play. $32,000. Which of these world capitals is also its country's most populous city? Washington, D.C., Beijing, London, New Delhi.
Well, I know it's not A. And I know that Shanghai is larger than Beijing, so I don't believe it is B. The question is Manchester larger than London? I don't believe so. New Delhi is I'm pretty sure that Bombay is bigger than New Delhi. I know I have a lifeline, but I didn't really pick anybody with geography because it tended to be one of my strengths, so I'd rather not use that because I don't think they would have a better perspective on it than I would. Confident it's not A. I'm confident it's not B. And I'm fairly sure that Bombay is bigger than New Delhi, so I'm going to say my final answer is C, London.
And you just won $32,000. Nice going. You narrowed that down very, very well. So now we're going to $64,000 and still a lifeline. Here it is. Which of these U.S. military operations was not conducted over the past 20 years? Operation Desert Shield, Operation Urgent Fury, Operation Just Cause, Operation Overlord.
I think I know this, but Operation Desert Shield was obviously in the Bush administration. I'm not exactly sure Just Cause. It rings a bell from something that was very recent, though. Operation Urgent Fury, I am, let's say 20 years, that would be 80. Operation Overlord.
So how many have you eliminated?
Pretty sure A and C
A and C
are worth eliminating. Thinking Overlord was something in World War II, but that's the one I'm thinking that it is. Trying to think of Urgent Fury. I believe is something new. Regis, I'm going to say D.
I'm going to say D. Is that going to be your final answer?
Yes, that's my final answer.
Just won $32,000. Now you won $64,000. That was the operation that had the American Allied troops invading Normandy. World War II. All right, 4 away, going for $125,000, Marcus. Sit tight, here it comes. In what movie does Lauren Bacall say to Humphrey Bogart, "Just put your lips together and blow"? Key Largo, To Have and Have Not, The Big Sleep, Dark Passage.
I love Humphrey Bogart movies, and I've seen many of them. And I've seen Key Largo. That was not it. And I've seen this clip. I don't think I've seen this pretty famous clip. And I'm fairly confident that the answer is B, To Have and Have Not.
To Have and Have Not. 4 great Bogart movies. Well, how confident are you, Marcus, enough to say that's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Marcus, you just won $125,000. He's 3 away from $1,760,000. We'll be back. Marcus Schick on a tear here. Doing just great. Audience very excited, Marcus. We all are. Here's where you are. You won $125,000. If you get the next question right, you'll go to $250,000. If you get all 3 right, you go to $1 million. and then you kick in another $760,000. Excuse me, and you've got $1,760,000, which is a very impressive sum, more than anybody's ever won primetime television. Absolutely. And incidentally, I love your demeanor. You know what I'm saying, Marcus? You give it the, is it the left hand or the right hand? But you got this going for yourself. So, ready to go back to it?
Absolutely.
I just should tell you here that if you miss, you'll lose $93,000 and go back to $32,000. But here it comes for $250,000, $250,000. Let's play. In the 1952 novel Charlotte's Web, what is the final message that Charlotte spins in her web? Humble, some pig, immortal, radiant. Thought I saw a smile when this came up.
Well, my daughter,
I thought maybe you read this to your daughter.
I haven't read it to her. She has the VCR tape and has watched it many times. And I've sat and watched it with her. I wish I'd watched it a few more. But I know that some pig was a message that Charlotte spun early for to give I think it was Wilbur the pig notoriety. So
what we're looking for is the final message.
I know. So I'm pretty sure I can eliminate B. I'm wondering if one of my lifelines would.
It's too bad your daughter isn't a lifeline.
I know. I think I know the answer, but this is a lot of money, and I'm not sure that I'm not sure I want to just risk it on what I think. So
there goes that left hand.
I'm trying to determine which lifeline. There's two people that know literature. I'm trying to determine which one I think would. Regis, I think I want to call. Use my lifeline.
Call who?
I want to call Brenda Thomas.
Brenda? And what does she do?
She is she was my high school English teacher, and she's now an English professor.
No kidding. Well, that's the one to call, I would think. AT&T, we need Brenda Thomas.
Hello.
Professor Thomas?
Yes?
Hi, Regis Philbin calling from ABC's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yes.
How are you?
Just fine.
I've got one of your former students here, Marcus Schick,
Right.
and he's calling for help.
Okay.
From his old professor. So he's going to read you the question and the 4 possible answers, and one of them is the right answer. Okay, Brenda?
Okay.
All right, great. You've got 30 seconds, Marcus, starting now.
In the novel Charlotte's Web, what is the final message that Charlotte spins in her web? Humble, some pig, immortal, or radiant?
Well, it's a long time since I've read Charlotte's Web to my children, but I would say humble, but I'm not absolutely sure about that.
Okay. You don't have. How much of a feel do you have of that?
Well, not.
I think she was going to say not a lot.
Yeah, I know.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking C, because I know she dies in the end, and the message of the book is generally what you leave to other people. The influence you put in life is what carries on. And I know the pig was all distraught when she dies, but then her egg sac spawns hundreds of other spiders. And
Could always leave with 125,000. So
I know radiant was another message that she spun. I couldn't say for a fact that she spun immortal.
Think that might be the final message, though?
No, yeah, that's what I'm not. Immortal makes sense that it would be a final message, but I don't know. I can see both Sun Pig and Radiant in her web from the video. My wife is not much of a gambler, so if I had eyes in the back of my head, I know she would.
She's smiling.
Because I haven't gone for it yet. I know we had agreed, that's the other thing, we had agreed that I better know pretty well before I went past this point. I guess it's probably just it's probably too much to.
Too much to gamble on?
If I was a single man, I probably would go for it.
You were young and carefree, Marcus. $125,000 with your name on it right here.
Yeah. But yeah, I could sit here all day. I think I'll just have to take the 125.
Your final decision will be to take the money.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if your immortal was correct, Marcus. No, the answer was humble. What your teacher said, Marcus. There you are, pal. Good luck. Run out there. Well, can you believe it? Immortal was the only answer choice that Charlotte did not spin in her web. Good thing Marcus kept his end of the bargain and walked away with $125,000. Now it's time to meet our co-star.